Hey, Sagittarius, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your February 2024 bonus reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings. Please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right, Sag, welcome. This bonus reading is all about the purpose. What's your purpose with this job, this relationship, this situation, or life purpose? Please take it as it resonates. Right away, I'm getting this song. It's an old song by Lamb Chops, right? I think that was a cartoon. I don't know if that was the name of the cartoon. This is a song that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friends. Okay, wow, haven't heard that in forever. But some of you feel like something is going on and on and on and on. It's like a never-ending story. That's what you are maybe wanting to walk away from, because at the bottom of the deck, you have message in a bottle, which may have to do with some sort of communication. Maybe some of you are communicating to someone for the last time, or there could have been a necessary ending, or there will be. Yeah, look at that, because something isn't for you. This is a job that goes on and on, my friend, or this is a relationship that goes on and on and on. There's something here that feels like you're ready to move on from. Okay, and there needs to be some form of communication. We see the stork here. It's also card 15. In tarot, 15 is the devil. So perhaps this is a message around reclaiming one's sense of power. It could be a power dynamic that some of you are struggling with, or to step into your power. But I feel like you're being guided to leave a situation that's not for you anymore. Okay, now I know all of you are going to have that song stuck in your head the rest of the day. I apologize. That's just what was coming through. So let's dive in here. You have the Y card, and this Y card, Sag, it's all about questioning, right? It's a very questionable energy. Why is this happening? How do I reflect? It's deep soul searching. It's deep inventory. It's like you are giving your relationship or your health or your career a biopsy. It's like you are really taking it in. You're getting to the nitty gritty. You're getting to the root of it and saying, what's really going on here? So with the Y card, you're asking a lot of questions. It wouldn't surprise me, Sag, to see maybe the Hermit in your energy, maybe even the High Priestess, because I feel like you are trying to figure things out, maybe in silence. Some of you, there could have been some secrets, and maybe that's what you're asking. Why did this person treat me that way? Maybe it had to do with family, because you do have the tribe. It could have been an organization. I'm getting strong Hierophant energy here. So it could have been some sort of organization or group, maybe a friend group. It could be a family dynamic or a structure where you may have felt a little bit left out in the cold, or you may be guided to leave. Or some of you, maybe you've left home at a very young age, or you left home feeling a little bit ostracized or feeling like the black sheep. You may be also, some of you, this is a loved one who's crossed over, right? They said, it's my time to go. And some of you may even be receiving messages through your dream state, right? And I feel like maybe they are trying to tell you at this situation, if this is a loved one, they may be trying to connect with you and let you know that there is a situation you're going through that you're being guided to step away from, or it is a clear no. Okay, something is a clear no for you. But I feel it's not a punishment, it is protection, right? When we can start to see it from that point of view, you are being divinely protected. So pay attention. Some of you, I mean, maybe you've applied for a position, or there is a situation where you're hoping to hear from someone, because you want to move on to your 9 of Cups. The Time to Go card does remind me of the 8 of Cups energy, a spiritual quest or journey towards something better. And I feel like you may have been rejected, or maybe that you didn't get an offer that you've put out there, but that's because the universe has better plans, right? The universe is redirecting you towards something that is more favorable, more abundant, more successful, more loving. Because look at this, in your outcome energy, you have the Blessed card. It's also card 22. And 22 is significant of choice, but it's also about stability, right? So there is a new sense of stability coming in, and this is also the card of miracles. You're going to see miracles taking place. You're going to see you're protected and divinely directed. This is an angel sitting on, you know, what almost looks like a moon energy. So something you're not able to necessarily see at this time. It's about trusting that the universe has your back and trusting that you are able to walk towards your 9th cup. So this is interesting. A lot of these bonus readings for February have been quite deep. I'm really excited to share this with you. I might continue to use this spread for future bonus readings as well, because a lot of you want answers, right? A lot of you want to go deep. You want to understand instead of it just being surface. You want answers, which is what you're looking for at this time. You're showing up as a 3 of coins. Yeah, there's some lessons here that you've had to learn. Let's take a look at your weakness. Current situation. Okay, we do have the sun showing up here. So there is some sort of illumination. Let's take a look at the strength. Your purpose and secondary. There's the world, beautiful, and new opportunities. There's that too. Let's look at the lessons to be learned. Hopes and fears. What you don't see or what you don't know quite yet. Advice to achieve your desires. There's that moon. Okay. Bottom of the deck. 6 of Wands. There's some sort of success, some sort of blessing, some sort of new opportunity where you will be recognized, Sagittarius. This is beautiful because it's like you've been trying to find your tribe. You've been trying to fit in, or ask yourself, where do I fit in? Where's my people? Where's my tribe? Where's my support? How can I embrace the energy of other like minds, or to embrace my spiritual team or my guides, my ancestors? So some of you, this does have to do with the higher realms as well. But I also feel that the 6 of Wands is saying there's going to be a glorious win here for you. And even though something wasn't for you, by you being able to maybe walk away from or leave a situation, you're walking straight into some sort of blessing here. Maybe you don't see it yet. Yeah, 7 of Swords, you don't quite see it yet, but it's because something is being exposed to you. You have the sun and the moon in the same reading. With the underlying energy of 7 of Swords, now that something is out in the open, or now that you're able to see clearly, and I'm getting that song as well, I can see clearly now the rain is gone. So maybe some sort of emotions were polluting you from seeing something, or maybe you needed to have yourself go through that evaluation period and not know quite yet. Because that allowed you, or will allow you, Sagittarius, to learn more about yourself. Okay, so with the 6 of Wands, and look at that, you have the Magician as well. So manifesting here a win. That's what you're doing. That's subconsciously what you're working on. Now, starting off here, Sag, you do have the 3 of Coins. It's in reverse. So I also get some of you have, maybe you have a test coming up or some sort of exam, and maybe the first go around you didn't pass it, or maybe there was an interview process where you didn't think you did good, but yet you're actually gonna, do better than you think. I feel like there was some sort of deep fear. Maybe that's why you also have the not for you card, because maybe this is your own mind playing tricks on you, saying, well, that I didn't get that job, or that isn't for me, or I can't do that, right? It's sometimes the beliefs, the lies that we tell ourselves. That's what that 7 of Swords can be. And in order for you to learn this lesson, because that's what the 3 of Coins in reverse is about, there could be something around teamwork, something around collaborating, building and expanding upon your knowledge, your wisdom, turning that, knowledge into wisdom, in order for you to take the next step in your career, in your relationship, in your health. So some of you could be going back to school. For others of you, this is about collaborating here. If there was someone on your team that was a team player, bad team player, or maybe they weren't pulling their weight, maybe they were not showing that they cared or they were interested. Some of you, this could be someone you worked with as well. I feel like there is, yes, there's going to be some sort of win that comes from you putting in some hard work, you collaborating, you not giving up, because I feel like you're going to learn some very valuable lessons, and you already have, but it's going to allow you to build upon your foundation. Some of you may wear many different hats, many different roles here on earth, right? Mother, sister, father, brother, child, entrepreneur, shaman, coach, healer, mentor, whatever labels, whatever roles that you have, that's just part of you. It doesn't define you as a whole. It's pieces of you. And I feel like you're learning about those different aspects, those different archetypes, those different characteristics. And it's allowing you to continue building and climbing on your soul's journey here. And it's also going to allow you to meet some new tribes, soul tribe, new people. I feel if you're going to school, you're taking some classes, you're doing some workshops, you could meet some very valuable people that you expand upon. Maybe these are lifetime friends. Maybe you get together and you travel with these people. Perhaps you meet the love of your life. I just feel like there's some very beautiful things that happen around teachable moments. Now, what is your weakness? The Three of Wands. Unexpected setbacks. And that can be a lot of people's weaknesses, right? It's missed opportunities, or it's delays, or it's decisions that we ruminate in because we've made a decision that didn't turn out the way that we thought it would, or the way that we wanted. And then we hold that against ourselves. That's your weakness, right? Making a decision for yourself that didn't turn out the way that you hoped or the way that you wanted, and then you beat yourself up about it. And you say, well, maybe I should have listened to my intuition, or maybe you were listening to your intuition, but you were meant to experience some sort of a lesson. And we get so caught up on needing to feel like everything is working out, right? Like we have this opportunity and it's great and life's great. If you wanted everything to be smooth, Earth is not the planet that you should have incarnated into, right? Earth is full of lessons and ups and downs and loss and grief and happiness and sadness, right? It's a wild roller coaster ride. And when you chose to sign up and come to life, it is about accepting and choosing the experiences that you are going through as well. And it's about learning and growing again and taking a look at those different archetypes, those different characteristics, those different roles, those different hats that you wear, but not confining yourself to that role, right? Think of it as an actor or actress that goes on set and they are the lead character for a movie, right? When they're done playing that character or that role, they don't go back home and take off costume and they're not still in that character, right? They are coming back to their authentic self. So I feel like your purpose, Sagittarius, is for you to not get stuck on the setbacks, or if you are, you know, the lead character in your life, which you are, the lead character in this role, this movie, it's for you when you take off costume, when you take off that role, to leave it on set and to come back to your authentic self. And even if that was a very dramatic movie, maybe it was action-packed, maybe it was, you know, a very sad movie, maybe it was a rom-com, whatever type of role that you played, that doesn't define who you are. And I feel like that's a big part of your weakness, is not to let any of those, again, setbacks and feelings that you're not growing, because you are. And your weakness here is to not get tripped up when you feel like you're taking 5 steps back, right? And 2 steps forward, 5 steps back. It's like this dance that you're taking. And sometimes you don't even want to move forward because you're like, well, what's the point? I just moved ahead 2, but I'm moving back 5. So I'm just stuck in the cycle. But really, I feel like that's your brain, your mind, your beliefs or conditioning playing tricks on you, telling you you're not growing, but you are. And that's what we see showing up here. I mean, the current situation is the sun. Maybe the ego is in the way here, which we all have, right? It's part of this human experience, but we can have an inflated ego. You've all met someone with a high ego, right? Or we can have, you know, even a lower energy where we don't feel confident enough to achieve happiness. This is about unbridled joy. This is about you accepting some sort of happiness or goodness or offer or celebration that is coming your way. But because of maybe some of the fears, because of some of the setbacks, you may say, well, this is too good to be true, or I can't really do that. That's airy-fairy, right? This is about not dampening your own joy, because there's something quite abundant, quite beautiful coming in here for you. Okay, so don't let the ego come in and say, nah, that's not for you, that's for someone else. And maybe, and literally, right, what did we just say? Nah, that's not for you. And that's what the fortune cookie says. So if this is destined, like the Wheel of Fortune, right? If this is destined, it will be for you. I'm going to repeat that. If it is part of your human experience, right? If it is meant for you, it will show up in your energy. But if it's not meant for you, that is protection. That's okay. We don't need to get stuck in that trap of that didn't turn out exactly how I thought or how I wanted it, or that relationship who I thought this person was my world, my sun, right? This is strong Leo energy as well. But I am getting here like the center of the universe. This is healthy ego. This is enjoying success and health and happiness and abundance. You deserve this. This is primary energy showing up for you this month. So don't doubt it. Enjoy it. Some of you could be traveling, soaking up the sun. For others of you, you could be, you know, someone could be the center of your universe or you're the center of theirs. That's okay. Don't self-sabotage that happiness, because your strength here is the Page of Wands. Stay open. Page of Wands is rapid fire planning, and also your strength is to keep moving forward, keep planning, keep yourself open. When this Page of Wands shows up, he's curious. He is curious. See, you have the why. This is about you asking, okay, why? Why? What? What's next? How do I accomplish? What do I do? How can I learn? How can I evolve? So you are an inquisitive little creature here. You're a very inquisitive human, which is beautiful because it's actually helping you progress here on Earth. And for those of you that maybe you've procrastinated taking action, your greatest strength is not for you to procrastinate, but for you to go back to the drawing board and say, okay, I've learned from this opportunity, or maybe I need to start over, or how can I build this business? Maybe I need to start writing this business plan. Maybe I need to take that class to teach me how to open myself up to intuition. There's an energy here of you can do anything you want if you put yourself in that mindset, especially with the tribe, because there's always going to be a tribe or people who can help you. Right? You can learn anything on YouTube these days. You can learn how to change your oil. You can learn how to open your intuition. I mean, there's so much out there at the touch of your fingertips, right? You can learn. You can go back to the drawing board. You don't have to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars unless you want to on learning or understanding something. But your greatest strength is to be that architecture is to be that architect of your own life. What do you want to design? What does the blueprint look like for you? Because when you tune in to that blueprint that you've already created prior to coming to Earth, right? Then it helps you align. And then you see, yeah, that's not for me. I accept that. I'm not going to hang on to that. I'm going to move on, but that is for me. So I'm going to work hard at, embracing this energy. I'm going to work hard at building this business, being part of this group, this tribe. I'm going to work hard on my healing. So Page of Wands is an exciting strength to have here. What's your purpose and your secondary? Okay, these are partnered up. The World and the Two of Wands. Beautiful. Look at that. The World is to know when you've completed a role, right? So again, that script, we're going to go back to that actor-actress scenario where you're on stage, you are the lead character of your life, and you're in a movie that may be dramatic. Maybe there is a lot of triggers, right? Trigger warning. Maybe it's a very difficult movie to watch or one to process. But when that is over, it's important to recognize the end credits for what they are and to take off that costume, right? Or that attire, and to come back home to you. And that's part of your purpose. That's what this whole situation is about, to move forward. Because the Two of Wands there can be an indecisive, stuck energy. And then we have lack of closure. And you're saying, well, I'm still in this movie. No, you're not. The movie ended. The movie ended. Yes, sometimes you go back and you rewatch that, but you're meant to move on to new movies. You're meant to be the lead character of your life in a different movie. And maybe this movie is a rom-com. Again, maybe it's something more humorous. Maybe it's a funny comedy, or maybe it's a spiritual Gaia show, whatever it may be for you. It's to understand when the end credits are rolling and to embrace and move forward instead of getting stuck in this back and forth. Because what that's going to do here is you will feel a setback, but the world is your oyster, Sagittarius. And this is a very important energy of completions. And I feel like there is a happy ending, some sort of victory, some sort of conclusion that's opening up the door, because you can see it's going to lead to some new choices. So by completing a cycle, it's going to lead you towards making a new decision in your life and going in a new path. So don't stay in that indecisive energy for too long. Don't hold yourself back in fear of what's behind that door, right? Just choose a door, walk through it, and see what comes of it. If it's not meant for you, if it's not aligning with your energy, you're going to know, right? You're going to know. You don't have to stay stuck. And that's a fear some of you have is, well, if I open this door, I'm going to have to stay stuck in here. No, you don't. You have free will. You have a choice. You're not alone. But more than likely, if you trust and follow your intuition, you're going to choose the right path, the right door anyway. Therefore, you're not going to be second guessing. That's your purpose. Let's take a look at the main lesson to be learned. Knight of Coins, slow and steady wins the race. This is about patience to succeed. Now, Sagittarius, you're a fire sign. Patience may not be your strongest suit. That's okay. I'm an air sign. It's not always my strongest suit, but over time, I've grown to be more patient. And sometimes we have to fall a lot, right? Look at this guy. This Knight of Coins is on a tightrope. Not only is he on a tightrope, he's standing on top of a motorcycle holding his coin. That takes dedication. Wow, that takes practice. And I can guarantee it's not his first rodeo. He's probably fell off that tightrope a time or two. And you will too, right? You will have a fall from grace. You will, cut yourself, scrape yourself. You're going to get bruised and bumped along the way. But the important thing is that you get back up and you're not so cautious that you don't take action or don't even try. And that's the lesson here. The lesson here is unbalanced actions, feeling so scattered, right? If his mind wasn't in the right place, if he didn't continue to learn and grow, right? And he went up there and he was either overconfident and thought, I can do this on his first go, right? He's probably going to rush into it and he's probably going to definitely fall halfway through. Or he is, someone who is not even going to get on that tightrope because he's thinking that's too darn crazy. But what he doesn't realize is underneath it, there's one of those big fluffy pillows, right, that you fall back on. So no matter what, even if he falls, he's protected. But sometimes we don't always see that. We don't always trust that, because you may feel at times with this Knight of Pentacles, very practical, very practical, very logical. Seeing is believing, right? And that's how you may think at times, but believing also is seeing. Believing that you have the opportunity to grow and to be successful and to be patient with yourself and build in this tangible, material, earthly realm. So that is one of your biggest lessons. Don't be too cautious. Don't get stuck in a rut. Some of you, it's also about not taking unnecessary risks. Okay, if there's a risk here and you know it, but you also know that it's too much for you, or it's not for you, don't take it. Okay, that's why you have the not for you. Trust in your intuition, because sometimes that fiery energy is full of momentum and you say, I'm just going to do it. Even though I know it's not for me, I'm just going to do it and see how it turns out, because maybe it is for me and I won't know unless I dive into it, right? I mean, completely up to you, but the main message here is patience to succeed. All right, desires, hopes, and fears. What do we have? Desires, hopes, and fears. Literally, wish fulfillment, 9 of Cups. This is, excuse me, this is showing up as a fear right away about empty promises. Yada, yada, yada. This person promises you the world. They fall back on it, right? They don't, you don't get your wish fulfillment. You didn't get it in the past with that person or that situation, because we're constantly shifting, and sometimes our wishes change. Sometimes our energy shifts, not sometimes, always. We're constantly in the state of, you know, shifting our vibrations and making new choices and aligning and jumping new paradigms, new, you know, new quantum leaps, basically. The desire and the hope is that, you know, you have more than one wish, which you do, right? The genie is going to grant you a few wishes here, because those wishes are part of your soul contract. So what is meant for you, again, will show up in your world. And just because something didn't show up, the not for you, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get something better, right? And one of my favorite affirmations, and you may have heard this from other spiritual gurus, is start to tell yourself, I attract this, what it is that you want, right? Or something better. Because what's better than your wish? Well, maybe you don't know, but at least if you're putting out that energy, I attract this, your wish, or something better, then you're not going to be disappointed if something better shows up for you, right? And so the 9 of Cups is about you. Again, what did we talk about earlier with that? I thought we said the walking away card. Yeah, the time to go is my 8 of Cups. And 8 of Cups is walking towards the 9 of Cups. So there may be something that you are needing to kind of leave behind, or a lesson that you've already learned that we don't need to repeat, in order for you to say, you know, I do have more wishes. That genie didn't just give me one. There's a few wishes in there, and I'm going to manifest that. Because we did see that magician showing up here. But sometimes it's getting out of our own head, not telling ourselves the lies that, you know, we aren't good enough or we don't deserve something. Because this magician energy, and then look at that, there's the Hierophant right underneath that, and we mentioned that, and then there's the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. The magician here is about manifesting a reward. And I feel like that's part of your desires and hopes, right? You're going to manifest this. Let's take a look at your advice. Actually, excuse me, what you don't know. What you don't know, what you don't see coming, what can help you. Oh, I love this. Look at that. 7 of Cups, 8 of Swords, both reversed. If I'm going to see some reversals, this is it. Yeah. This is what you don't know, that your sense of confidence is returning. Beautiful. This is us getting out of our own head, getting out of our own way, not self-sabotaging, not self-doubting. So there is a sense of confidence returning within you, Sag, that maybe you didn't even realize that you lost somewhere along the way. And you're going to ground some choices and some new decisions into your reality. Because in the past, I feel like there were a lot of temptations, right? Typically when that 7 of Cups is upright, there's a lot of different cups that you have the option of choosing from. Sometimes whatever's in that cup isn't always the best, right? It could be, you know, something that's a mask that could be rotten underneath, right? It could be something in the cup that's purely a temptation, or it could be an illusion. But sometimes it's the best thing that you could have ever wanted. It could be that Ace of Cups, right? It could be that 9 of Cups. So I feel like you're making a choice here to ground into a choice that you've made for yourself, to get clear on it and get out of your own way and have confidence that you have every ability within you. Manifestation, magician, you have every tool to use your powers to manifest this wish. I love this. All right, advice to achieve your hopes and desires. What's the advice? Queen of Wands, the Moon reversed, and the Seven of Wands. All right. Your advice here, look at her. She's a fierceful warrior. The advice is to go all in. To go all in. It literally says all in, determined. Because again, look at that. There's been a sense of confidence in the past. We see that with the Seven of Cups, or excuse me, the Eight of Swords, that maybe you did lose confidence or you lost doubt that something was going to happen here. But you're getting back up on your high horse in a good way, right? Good, healthy ego of good confidence, because that's the solar plexus, the ego, the power, feeling empowered, feeling like we are on, par with our soul's purpose. And there's a sense of you that's non-conforming. You're saying, I'm not going to go with the crowd. I'm not going to just build someone else's dream. I'm not going to do what they want just because they want it. This is all about me, baby. And when the Seven of Wands shows up, this is living life on your terms, and you have the upper hand here, Sag. This is about you going the distance, protecting what you've built, protecting your integrity, being brave and standing up for your beliefs. Powerful energy. That's what Spirit wants you to do at this time. Not succumb to pressure, not to succumb to defensiveness or being so defensive that you block yourself off to opportunities, but to open yourself up to tribe, soul tribe, and connections and community and people who support you, relationships that support you, but you're also setting some healthy boundaries. And that is advice for you to set those boundaries, because there's going to be a lot of illusions revealed. Sun smack dab in your energy with the advice here. Something is getting revealed to you in a big way. And the Queen of Wands is saying here, again, another card that literally has the word confidence. So there's something here about confident ambition versus fearful yearning. Don't just yearn for something, right? Don't just dream of it. That's what that Seven of Cups is. Not just dreaming of it, but going all in on that dream, making a choice to live a certain way or to build up a business or to go towards a relationship instead of wishy-washy back and forth energy. I'm not confident. Is this for me? Set all that aside here. You now have something revealed to you. And this is a big, Sag energy, Queen of Wands. This is a big glow up. This reading is all about your glow up, right? A big momentous time in your life to shine the light on you. The spotlight is in your energy this month. What are you going to do with it? Right? You're going to shine bright. And sometimes your light shines so brightly it intimidates others. And sometimes you want to hold yourself back because you don't want to feel that you intimidate others. But that's not on you, right? You don't want to dim your light to fit in, because that's just going to make you feel bitter, or it's going to make you feel like you're not good enough, or it's going to lack, that confidence, or you're going to feel small when you're meant to really open yourself up to your gifts, to your purpose, to your passions. The Queen of Wands, she is strong. She's confident. She's creative. She's artsy. She could be the entrepreneur, right? Could be the person who is an excellent multitasker. She could be someone who's very attractive, very bold, very wise. She inspires others to live their best lives because she leads by example. Female or male, it does not matter here if you're female or male. This is receptive energy as well. So she receives these blessings. She doesn't shut herself off, but she also has some strong, healthy boundaries. And she's someone who's not going to let her insecurities or other people's insecurities or jealousy or ego get in the way of her success. And that's your message here, whether those are characteristics of oneself or you tend to bring out other people's shadows, because the moon can be shadows, and maybe sometimes you do bring out other people's shadows. But the advice here is to not become weak or defensive when other people project their own insecurities onto you. That's part of the purpose. That's part of the lesson here. It's part of your growth. Don't dim your light to fit in when you are meant to shine. That's what I have for you, Sag. I hope this resonates. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly helps get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to share, like, comment, hit that subscribe and bell button. Thank you so very much for tuning in today. Lots of love.